Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a plan with me slightly, but also mainly just like a catch up on what I've been doing with my planners. I know I haven't made any videos lately, and that is due for a lot of reasons. I've been doing a lot of back and forth and working, but then also I have been sort of reevaluating my planning, so to speak. And I feel like I talk about this. I feel like at least I've been talking about this more and more over the last 3 months, I would say. And that's because I am just really not happy with how things have been going. And not only, if you watch any of my videos, then you know that I always try to make things as simplistic as I can. And that's really what I've been trying to do. But I've also have this love for planners, and I feel like I got into this and I fell in head first, and I got away from a lot of the things that I used to do, and I think in a sense I gotten away from things that actually serve me and some that don't. So I'm still trying to figure out how things look, and then also a lot of the time I've been using trying to figure out my financing and budgeting and what I need to save for and what is essential in my life and what isn't. And I think I've been looking at what's essential in a lot of aspects. I am reading the book, The Essentialism or The Essentialist. And so far, so good. I have gained a lot by just the first 30 pages. And it's been causing me to really think deep about a lot of things, aside from the fact I'm trying to get rid of a lot of things that don't serve me, that is taking up space in my home. So with that being said, let's go over what I've been doing as far as planning. Of course, I've still been planning, just not like I thought I would have, so to speak. So I will start with first thing. You'll see in my planner lineup now a lot of, how should I put it? Functional and I like to say solution focused planning. That's what I like to look at it as, solution focused. Almost like therapy. Brief, to the point, what is working, what isn't. Let's go to what is working and stick with it and see how we can build on what is actually working. So I'm going to grab one more thing so you can see. Of course, per usual, I never have any things with me that I need. Okay, it is Friday. Technically I'm off. I view overnight so differently than most people. It seems like I'm off because I don't have to be to work until 11, but I'm not really off. So my kids are here and I'm in the process of doing things. So I first want to say, if you're a person that is just starting off planning, or somebody who is, and you want to give tips and tricks, I would say have them go on Amazon and just look at the most simplest thing and start from there, and then let them see what they'll like. So this is something that I got. I will be starting this next month. So I feel like I can just open it up now so you all can see, because tonight, if it's downtime at work, which it normally is, I am going to show you how I'm going to set this up. So my setup will look completely different than what it has. So this is a habit tracker. If you've watched me, then you know that I love habit tracking. I feel like it's the best thing. I feel like you learn so much about yourself. You can be so much more productive with habit tracking. You know what's working and what isn't very quickly. So this is a 12-month habit tracker. Log habits, develop healthy routines, set attainable goals, and celebrate your growth. All of the things that I'm going to show you that I got off Amazon, super cheap. Super, super reasonable. So it has some things that you can fill out focus guide, determine focus, circle 4 to 6 themes listed below on which to focus. And they have a lot of good things like nutrition, reflection, fitness, finances, career, stress, rest. Not sure what to focus on, write down habits or activities you value but struggle to achieve. Then you prioritize them by putting them in the list of importance. Stay accountable. And then here is the habit. And so down here it shows a target goal. It gives you space for 6 habits. A target goes, days achieved, and then you just fill in things. You just fill in the days that you do it around here. Again, I love, love, love a setup. The only thing that I didn't really know with this when I looked at it was that it's already for the month, and that's okay. So yes, I'll be starting in on June. I'll still have half a year. But if you've watched my videos, then you know that I will rearrange things. So all I have to do is white this out. If 1 month doesn't have 30 days, I'll just simply white it out. I'm not going to buy a whole new one just to stick with the year. But I can see how this would be helpful if you were looking at your habits over the year, especially if you keep the same ones throughout. So I think this is so nice. The paper is super durable. It's like cardboard. So you can do whatever it is you want, whether it's use a highlighter or marker. I think it can withstand, or even if you just want to shade it in black. So that is what I will be using for my habits. And you know, I always show habits in my other planners. So habits is something that I will definitely stick with. Also, as you all know, meal tracking is like food logging and stuff is stuff I've always done. I've been doing it in my like everything notebook, my emotional support notebook. I have always been food logging. So I got this handy dandy, and you can stick it on the refrigerator if you need to so it stays present. I just keep it in the pile with the rest of my planners. Everything is all set out. Of course, if you want to add stickers, you can, but the bottom portion has a grocery list that is actually detachable. So it's perforated lines, and you can tear it out and take it to the grocery store with you, or take a picture of it if you like your phone. So I labeled these out. The best thing about this, aside from this, which you can alter, is everything else that I have is undated. So you can come in and out of it. That way you won't waste it. You won't have to do modifying or anything like that. So that is one thing that I love. And when you choose a setup like this, if you're a person that don't use stickers or not into decorating, you just want something just functional, this is it. And so this is working. As I'm doing this, I can add in what I feel like I need from the grocery store. And then I just put a little sticky here as to what I plan on making for lunch or dinner, so to speak, for next week. And then you just tear this off and keep going. So that is that one. This one you all have seen before. I've used this numerous times before. I love it. This is almost like my planner hub, so to speak. And it just gives a weekly snapshot of what I need to do and what's important. So I always have like my appointments here, anything significant that I really need to hone in on here. And then here, my top priorities for the week. It gives you 3 spaces. And then just to-dos that are important. And again, habit tracking. So I've been keeping up with this, which is good. As you can see, I still have stuff that I need to do. I still have tomorrow, which is Saturday, and Sunday. So I know that I'll get to some of these important things. The only thing that I've been kind of looking at is I've been having the Mohila inquiries down for like quite a few weeks and haven't gotten to it. And that's the reason why I like having these, because you're always able to go back and see what it is that you should have been doing or what it is that you keep neglecting. And I need to put up the new bird cage, and I haven't, but yeah. So this I've been keeping up with, which works perfect. This can work, and all of these options, keep in mind this is good for at home planning or work planning if you have that. So you can take this to work. You can use this if you're a person that's really busy at work, have a lot of meetings or things like that. You can always have this there and be able to mark everything down. So that is that. I wouldn't need anything like this for work, but at home, I definitely need the organization. And I think for this next week, I am going to focus a great deal on a particular room in my house and just kind of knocking things out that way, because I'm not going to say random things down, but I do put random things like wash makeup brushes and stuff. Yes, I don't wear a huge amount of makeup, so like I don't have like thousands of brushes waiting, but I think I need to put some more priority things that I really want to work on. And then it has a space down here for things that you need to do next week. I was supposed to do the storage clean out with my mom today. We're not going to get around to that today, and tomorrow we're going to have to do it, but I know we're going to have to do it the week after that as well. The storage, what we're paying for storage is like ridiculous. It's like $400 a month. And the reason why it's so high is because it just kept going up and up. And I think if you manage your finances, it's easy to detect certain things, and it puts like that red light or that red flag as to, okay, you might need to look at that. And then when I was looking at like information on how much Americans spend on storage each year, it was kind of like, wow. And it makes you think about what is stuff you actually need, what is stuff you're over consuming and just don't have room for. Like, could you possibly store things in your home, or if you have storage in your apartment unit or something, what are you using that storage for? And are you like overbuying things that you're storing and don't really need? So that was like something good. And like I said, I always like the setup. This looks so nice. I'm not a person that can do like lettering good. So anytime that I'm able to buy something that has lettering, it's always good for me. So yeah, this I will be continuing to use. And all of these have really good covers on it, I'd say too. So if you needed to throw it in a bag or something, it is so okay. It'll survive the bag. One thing that I got new, and I got this when I used my Amazon gift card. This again was so cheap or reasonably priced. I don't have the prices right off the bat. I should have, but I want to say this was like $4.99. But it comes with a list of things. It's like a self-care weekly tracker. You can put what week it is, again, undated, so you can come in and out of this. If it's a month that you're particularly like wanting to focus on self-care, or if it's something that you just want to do, look how many sheets you get. You can, and it's already sort of like decorated and cute. They give you things to start with, and what I like about what they give you, it's more than just, and I know we've had conversations before about self-care, it's more than just your typical self-care. Nothing is down here about getting your nails did or anything like that. It's like eat something green, take a walk, put phone down, tidy something up, live, laugh, love, go to bed early, say no without guilt, tell myself I'm awesome, feel grateful for something, drink water. I added intentionally down. And so I have my water. Hug a tree, stretch, reach out to a friend, pay bills, take care of a living thing, meditate for 1 minute, write in a journal, make bed, cut myself some slack, stare into space, avoid toxic jerks. Stare into space, I really love that, because sometimes I always say that to people and they laugh. I'm like, sometimes I just want to sit in a room and look at the wall and just decompress. And then I added outing with friends, gummy or CBD. And then down here they have This week's affirmations: I'm so worthy, baby steps, whoops, maybe next week. And then I added, I can do it, because that's what I've been telling myself this week. And then this week I will avoid, release, embrace. And then it has self-care starts for the week. So then you can fill in how you felt you did. Okay, let's get this self-care party started. And I like it. So for this week, I wanted to avoid toxic interactions, release stress, embrace those that care. So again, this is a good way to look at how have you been taking care of yourself, especially if you have a stressful job or anything like that. You're able to keep up with how you're feeling. So that is another thing that is like in my setup. I actually should have labeled this video something else, which I might, because it's not really a plan with me. It's like a kind of my planner setup thing. I think this is something I've had for like a year. It's probably been over a year since I had this. This I know for a fact was only like $5.99 or $6.99. I've had it for so long. It has a pocket in the back for stickers or whatever you want to stick in there. And it has numerous sheets. I don't know the amount, but it's a sheet front and back of the same thing for daily planning. Again, it's undated. I could take you back from this past week when I started it. The reason why I chose to go back to this was because I was having the itch to buy another planner. I know I did not need it. I did not need it. And I was glad that the longer I had the itch that I didn't actually do it, because I have planners here. I have numerous planners, and that's the thing. They haven't been working. Either the spacing is too small. Like, I love the Hobonichi. The Hobonichi is just really small. I write very big. So being able to fit certain things in is a little bit of a struggle. But this gives me that one snapshot, and then then I get to just like look at a different page, and I don't necessarily have to like keep looking at something. Like say I have goals down and then I don't do them for that day. I get a chance to like turn it around and like look at a different page and just start over new. So I'll kind of do a slight flip of how I've been utilizing this. I absolutely love it. I said this is what I'm probably going to stick with for a while because it's working. If I don't feel like using it or don't feel like what I'm doing that day, is some days I go to work and I didn't do anything. Or I only did a couple of things, but it wasn't enough that I would think I need to use a whole page for. So I have that. And I feel like with this, if you want to add stickers like I did, you can. I was just playing around when I added stickers with this. This was the 24th. This was the 26th. And you see, I really didn't have a lot of things down for that day. And this was the 27th. I just had these little things to add. So I just used the to-do list. Again, like I say, I always have so many options until I'm just going to utilize what I have. Like even these stickies, I have so many options. I want to start using them. So this is the 28th, 29th, and this is today. And I probably only added stickers today because I actually had the time to do so. But it's nice, it's clean, it's spaced out on what I need. I can clearly see what I did the day before, the other days. So if I need to quickly go back and say, okay, let me add this on today, then I can. Like, I need to take my daughter's hair down. I had that down yesterday. I didn't, so I put it over here. Just as well as I probably need to pay bills, because there's a couple of bills that I need to pay. Pay bills. See, and it's just so simple. So I'd encourage somebody to use that as well. And then lastly, I just got into here and one day I sat and added things, but then I just went back for that whole month and I need to add a couple of more things in here. And then tonight I will probably go through and edit what I have and then put it all on this sheet. So I am really trying to work better at budgeting. I'm not the best at it, but I'm really trying to get better with it, and more consistent. And here I still been using my journal. I've been in here for a while. I told you guys I went into something very simple because I wanted to just focus on me logging my thoughts and stuff and how things are going. So I've been doing that. So I'm happy with what this is. And I think I made this decision because I think I'm going to get rid of a good amount of stickers that I have, because all these stationery items is just taking a hold of my home. Like, so many drawers, so many spaces. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I will always use the Hobonichi because this is like I said, I try to use this as a planner, but it turns into a planner and like a memory keeper. So I will always use the Hobonichi. I will always have it. And I will always order this each year because I absolutely love it. I use this as my calendar. Do I wish I had a bigger calendar? Yes, I do have a bigger calendar for each year. And I've been thinking about going into that and using that and not so much this. But I'll see. If it makes sense, then I'll do it. If not, then I won't. But we shall see. But that is all. This is like my planner lineup as of now, and it's working. I'm feeling a lot more confident about it. I'm feeling a lot less stressed about it. And I think that's the bigger picture, is I'm trying to get away from stress. I'm trying to make things a lot simpler. I don't want to overthink things anymore. Like that. So yeah, I just wanted to show you all what I was doing. Hopefully it's some encouragement if you all have been thinking that, if anybody's feeling like me. I was feeling like I got all these stickers and all this stuff. I got to use it now. Almost like the things that I have before I get rid of them to Goodwill. Like, oh, I bought all these things. I got to use them. If I don't, then it's so bad. Not the case. You know, if something is not working, I feel like it is true. You do more harm holding on to it and trying to force it to fit in your life rather than letting it naturally fit and being able to learn whatever lesson it is that you're supposed to learn from it. And you can apply that to relationships, work, anything. Like trying to force things that don't fit, whether it's relationships in your life, jobs that we're unhappy at, commitments that we said yes to and now we don't want to do anymore. Sometimes hobbies that you started, perfect example, hobbies that you started and now you're realizing it may be not, you may still like to do it, but it's not a good fit for you financially because you know you have to have a certain level of discipline around it. Anything like that, it's worth rethinking. And if it means that you have to let it go, then you have to let it go. And I feel like the more and more I look at what's essential in my life, and how does it play into my goals and the time that I'm spending on things that is not going towards my goal, that's time that's wasted. And I really am trying to get into sewing, and I'm really trying to get into the quilting that I want to do. Because I've always wanted to do that for so long. But I feel like once I got wrapped into the stickers and this, it was just a nonstop thing. And I think at one point it turned like emotional, like, oh, I'm just got to get these and I'm not feeling good. I'm just going to go to Hobby Lobby and buy and stuff, rather than sitting down with my thoughts and saying, okay, why do I feel like this? Because our emotion plays off on so many things. Emotions can increase your spending. Emotions can increase your food intake, or have you eating not the best things, or have you stopped exercising. So being able to just sit with something in the simplest form, write it out, even if it's just a question like, why am I having a hard time getting rid of this? Why am I having a hard time deciding on this? Why am I having a hard time saying no? And just sitting with it, but not feeling forced to come up with an answer or a change right away is so important. So being gentle with yourself through this process, I encourage anybody to do it. It's a journey worth taking, and I feel like you'll be able to make a lot more better decisions in life the more you sit with just how you process things and how you decision make, and then understanding how you decision make and seeing what might need to change with that. Do I make decisions off my emotions? Do I make decisions abruptly? Do I switch things too fast? Do I not give things a chance? Do I say yes to everything? Do I say no to everything? What are my goals that I set out for at the beginning of the year or mid-year or even for that month? Now that it's mid-month or the end of month, what have I done toward that goal? Nothing, but what have my days been looking like? What have I been giving my attention to? And if it's not adding up to what you need or supposed to, then, work slowly on making a change, but being gentle with yourself throughout it. So that is all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. I was actually thinking about like starting another YouTube channel with doing some things that I actually like to do too. I mean, I like to do this, but doing some things that, that I actually like doing. I just don't know like how I want to do it. Like, I know I like talking about good topics and things that might could help people. Or things that I've experienced that I feel like might can help people. But I don't know. I don't know how to go about doing it. I don't know where to start. But again, that's when I said sometimes it requires you to sit and think, But if so much other stuff is clouding your space and mind and time, whether it's constantly reorganizing things that you don't have room for. Like I realized with I should have did like a video about what I decluttered. It's just so worth it. Maybe the next set of things that I declutter, I'll do. But yeah, that is all. You guys, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.